Welcome to this tutorial on sorting and filtering data in Microsoft Excel.
In this lesson, you learn how to sort marks in ascending and descending order, filter data by class or subject, identify highest and lowest scores easily. These skills are useful for analyzing students' performance, attendance, and school records. Understanding sorting and filtering. Sorting arranges data in a specific order. Filtering displays only the information you want to see. Let's start with sorting. First, highlight the data that you want to sort, and then come to the sort and filter icon. Click there. You'll find two ways of sorting data. The first one is sort smallest to largest, and then the second one is sort largest to smallest. So looking at our data, you discover that already our data is organized from smallest to largest. I'm looking at the serial number. So we have 1, 2, 3, up to the largest, which is 10. So if I'm going to click smallest to largest, then nothing is going to change because that is how the data has been organized. But let me now click the next option, that is sorting largest to smallest. And then you'll see the difference here. Felicitas, who is in the serial number 10, will shift to serial number 1. She'll come here. And then we expect Katerina, this number 1, to come down here. Let's see whether that is what is going to happen. You click sort largest to smallest. And there you are. So Felicita, who was at the bottom, is now at the top. And Katerina, who was at the top, is now at the bottom, and all the other numbers have moved down in that order from 10 up to 1. That we call sorting. I know you may be having a question. What if we want to sort according to marks? Because we did sort according to the serial number. What about the marks? You want to know which student scored the highest score and who had the lowest. So in this case, we can see that Felicita in grade 4 science had the highest score of 90. And just looking around, you discover that Katerina is the one who had the lowest score of 40. Now we want to sort in a way that we are able to see the student who scored the highest. So for us to do that, we will not start highlighting from this end, but we shall start highlighting from this other end. This cell, we call it cell E11. So you highlight from cell E11, and then we are not interested to changing the serial numbers because we want to say that the person who had the highest score is in serial number 1 or is in position 1, and then followed by the rest in that order. So we are not going to highlight this serial number section. We are only going to highlight the marks, that subject, the grade, and then the name. And then you come to the sort and filter, and we are saying now we are not sorting from smallest, but we want to sort from the largest to smallest. So again, we expect Felicita, who has the highest score, to be the one on top. Let's see whether that is what is going to happen. And there you are. So Felicita is now in position 1, having scored the highest score in science grade 4 at 90, followed by John, who had 80, and you can see other 80s, 78, 70, 60, 50, and the lowest score being that of 40. So that is sorting. That is sorting. We can also sort from the person who had the lowest score. So you come again here and say we want to see who had the smallest score to the largest. So again, you do that and you find that we are again beginning with Catalina, who was down here, with the lowest score of 40, followed by 50, 60, and the one with the highest score again is at the end. That is what we call sorting. I know you've learned something, that when you want to sort the first column, you start highlighting from the first column, this end, we call this A2. And then when we want to sort the values in the E column, we start highlighting from cell E11. Let us now understand what filtering is. When we filter, we are only going to see the sections of the data that we want to see. Looking at the data in front of us, I may want to say I only want to see grade 5. I want to see learners in grade 5. So I don't want to see any other learner here. So that is possible. I may also say I only want to see mathematics subject. Again, that is possible. Or I may say, can I see those who scored 80 and above, only 80? Again, I can tell from here. So when we are doing filtering, we use the filters. And if you are looking at the front row here, you find that these small boxes are what we call filters. So I want to filter data for grade 5 and see only grade 5 students. So you'll come here in these check boxes and select all of them and then select grade 5 to see data for grade 5 only. If I want to see for grade 4, again come back here and select everything, select grade 4 and then click OK. And you see that the data you'll be looking at will be that of grade 4, only grade 4. Again, if you want to see data for grade 6, you come and unselect everything, select grade 6 and say OK. And this is data for grade 6. So again, that is how to use filters. You can continue practicing with the other columns. Let's go to subject. Can I see mathematics only? And select everything and select maths. That is mathematics. I want to see mathematics and English, so I can select math and then I select English. Then you see that this is now English and maths only. If I want to see Kiswahili only, you select and unselect everything and click Kiswahili, and that will be Kiswahili. The same with marks. If I want to see particular mark that was scored by learners, I want to see how many had 80. So I'm going to click this filter and select all the marks and then just say I want 80 and click OK. And you see only 3 students scored 80. So that is it about filtering. You can only see that section of data that you request for. But with sorting, you see everything, but you arrange it in a particular way, either from the highest to the largest, or largest to the smallest. And there's another type of sorting that we shall look in our next lesson, which we call custom sort. Practical activity. Create your own marks table with 1. Student's name, 2. Class, 3. Subject, and 4. Marks. Practice sorting marks in ascending and descending order. Practice filtering by class, filtering by subject, and also identifying highest and lowest scores. Conclusion. In this tutorial, we learned how to sort data in ascending and descending order, filter records by class or subject, identify highest and lowest scores in Excel. These skills are important for organizing and analyzing school data efficiently.
Thank you for watching. Practice these skills using your own class records in Microsoft Excel.